Hey guys, welcome back to Channel Football Analytics. Today I'm going to be giving out tips for Saturday and Sunday. We're going to dive into the Premier League, Serie A. The La Liga is going to be on the website, link down in the description. You can check out all my live tips and also give your predictions so we can compare our picks and see how you're doing in the leaderboard. I actually entered the top 10 in the all-time ranking, so guys, sign up there and then check out my tips if you want to live. Now, so let's begin with Premier League, Saturday, Newcastle against Fulham. Basically, the reason I like this game straight up is because I'm looking after the clean sheets, and Newcastle had back-to-back clean sheets at home. They're a pretty solid home team, even though this year they had a couple of losses against Barcelona and Arsenal. But the main streak that I actually like here is that Fulham hasn't won so far this year away from home. Look at that. 3 losses in a row. And also, they're riding a 3-game losing streak. They're too good of a team to be doing that. At the table, they're right next to each other. And even if Newcastle wins, we don't care because we're going to be going after goals. This channel, guys, we only focus on the goal market, whether it be over 0.5, meaning to score, BTTS option, over 1 bet. No outcomes on this channel, guys, and preferably no accumulators, just single games. Now, so for this tip, guys, I think Newcastle is going to score at home. Fulham is obviously a risk away from home to score. I think, though, they did underperform away, but they played really good teams. Like Bournemouth at home is really solid, Aston Villa, Chelsea, Brighton. So we need a goal. BTTS right now is at 190. So what we're trying to achieve on this channel is also to get odds closer to 2. So that's going to be my first tip, to go with Newcastle and Fulham BTTS. At 6:30 we got Man United Brighton. I'm honestly taking this game because the odds are too good to pass up for a Brighton over 1. It's currently at 160. Now Man United, obviously they had a really impressive victory against Sunderland at home without conceding, which Man United hasn't done all season, and then they went to Liverpool and won the game. So the question is, can Man United go back to back wins for the first time under Amorim? It was actually his first time he won back-to-back games. And imagine having 3 wins in a row against a really tough Brighton team. Brighton is known to score. They play a lot of high-scoring games. So the market right now on over 1, because I do think Brighton is going to score at least 1 goal, is currently at 160. So I feel like Brighton is going to be scoring at least 1 goal against Man United. If you want, you can go with the BTTS option, but I prefer going in this game just for Brighton over 1. Over 1 means, by the way, if they score 1 goal, you get a refund. If they score 2 goals, you win the bet. And obviously, if they don't score a goal, you lose the bet. Get a website that has this bet. A link down in the description, especially for the over 1 websites for you guys. So for Saturday night, we got Brentford against Liverpool, a really good one. The bookies are currently giving Liverpool 170, which is not bad. And they're finally coming off a win. I told you guys they're not going to go 5 games in a row losing. So they actually were losing 1-0 against Frankfurt, and then they scored 3 goals in 9 minutes, and the game was done and dusted. So I feel like Liverpool is going to get back on track also in the Premier League. They also don't want to give Arsenal too much of a lead. Man City is also in the 2nd place. This is also another bet to take live for the ones that bet specifically during live games past the 60th, 65th minute. Maybe in Liverpool's case, that's going to be the 70th minute, if only they don't score a goal or if they're losing the game. So that's going to be my 3rd pick for England. Now let's go straight to Sunday. Arsenal Crystal Palace, guys. I'm still debating whether to take this pick. Now what I like about this, look at that, guys. 4 games in a row where Arsenal haven't conceded. Crystal Palace, really impressive this year. They've been slacking the last 2 games after their crazy streak of not losing. They lost to Everton and then the crazy game against Bournemouth 3-3. Can they score a goal against Arsenal? Sure, the odds are very good. The BTTS option is currently at 2. But the reason I'm hesitating is because I already took Atletico against Arsenal. They didn't score, and Arsenal just seem to be in an amazing form defensively. So I think I'm going to pass this game, but the BTTS option I think is very solid for those odds. Aston Villa, Man City. Now there's another streak that I love, and I think I'm going to take it, is that Man City hasn't conceded in 3 consecutive games. They're away from home. Aston Villa has been doing amazing after their rough start to the year. Look at that, 5 wins in a row. Emery and the boys are back. The over 1 option is currently at 183, and I do feel that they're going to score at least 1 goal against Man City. We're probably going to get a BTTS game here. But when those 2 teams meet, look at the last 3 years, it's always been a BTTS game. So Aston Villa currently at 183 for over 1 goal. Move on to Bournemouth against Nottingham. Nottingham has their already 3rd coach this year. Ainge got fired. And I'm expecting them to do some sort of result in terms of scoring goals, not a result. I feel like they're going to score against Bournemouth, who play a lot of high-scoring games. Look at that, last 3 games, 3-3, 3-1, 2-2. And Nottingham, guys, look at that. 2 games in a row where they haven't scored. I think there's going to be a BTTS game. The odds are pretty good. It's at 180. So we're going to be taking also this one. Hopefully there's goals this week in the Premier League because I'm taking a lot of BTTS option, which I'm not usually a fan. I prefer taking over 1 over 0.5, but the reason is the odds are so low for that. So we got to boost up the odds with the favorite teams scoring as well. Wolves, Burnley, Wolves here, guys. Wolves over 1. I'm still waiting for Wolves to win a game. The only team that hasn't won in the Premier League. This is their opportunity. They have to do it against Burnley. Even if they don't win, they have to get us at least 1 goal. Over 1 option is currently at 151. These are the lowest odds I'm giving you so far, but I feel like this is a banker. They should score at least 1 goal. Or else, if they lose against Burnley, they might as well be relegated. So, yeah, we're taking Wolves over 1. Now, last game for the Premier League, we got the night game, Everton against, let me go back to the favorites. Who is it? Everton against, no, it's not a night game, 5:30. Tottenham, this one I'm liking here. They lost to Aston Villa at home, 0-0 draw against Monaco. I'm leaning towards taking a Tottenham market here for over 1. 178, which is not bad at all. Everton, very solid defensively at home, a lot of under 2.5 games, but I think Tottenham is going to score at least 1 goal against them. And look at the last 2 times they played at Everton. Actually, the last 3 times it's always been BTTS. Now, this is it for the Premier League. Let's dive into the Serie A. Udinese against Lecce. Been waiting on Udinese. So far, I had refunds because we had Udinese over 1 goal against Cagliari. They scored exactly 1 goal. I think Udinese, honestly, is going to win this game. We don't care about that, but I am going for the live option, not over 1 right now because the odds are too low. It's currently at 140. Udinese goal live past the 60th minute. I feel like they're going to be scoring at least 1 against the Lecce team, who's actually been performing pretty good. This is the streak that I like. I almost forgot to mention it. Look at that, guys. Lecce is going to concede. No way Lecce is going to go back to back to back without conceding in the Serie A. So that's going to be our first tip for the Serie A. Now, Napoli against Inter. What is Napoli's streak? Look at Napoli's streak at home. They're freaking amazing. But when it comes to Napoli away, they lost, I think, 4 in a row right now. So they're back home. This is a Scudetto game, I might say. This is huge for Inter as well. They haven't conceded in 2 consecutive games. But everybody's saying Inter is in great form and Napoli is going to continue their crisis mode. When a team loses 6-2, they usually come back the next game. We're taking the over 1 market here on Napoli. It's currently at 185. I believe Napoli is going to score at least 1 goal. So we're riding for that. Look at that. Napoli score in bunches at home, and Inter has been playing very solid defensively, so eventually we are going to be conceding a goal. And when I say we, I'm an Inter fan, and I know my team more or less how we perform. Cremonese, Atalanta. Cremonese been scoring last 3 games. Look at that. So BTTS is also an option in this game, but Atalanta, it's obvious, guys. Look at that. 2 games without scoring. They have their moments where they play just BTTS and they have 0-0 games. Very unpredictable team since Gasperini left, but I'm liking here Atalanta live. I think they... Let's see where they at. Yeah, 8th place. Everything is still close. Milan is only 5 points ahead of Atalanta. But look at that. 3 draws in a row. I think they're going to win against Cremonese, but the odds are too low. The odds right now, currently 162, too low. So we're going to take live only if Atalanta hasn't scored past the 60th minute. Now let's go to Sunday morning in Italy. This is a risky one, obviously, because it's a 12:30 game. We could have a 0-0 game easily. But I'm liking Torino here at home. Genoa are in crisis mode. There is a possibility they are going to be scoring. They scored in back-to-back games away from home. So every single time they scored, and they could against Torino, especially since Torino haven't conceded in the last 2 games. But Torino is a very solid team at home. They beat Napoli, and I feel like the odds are just too good to pass up for a simple Torino over 1. Guys, it's currently at 181. I honestly just like the odds here. I don't know what the bookies are cooking up here. Look at that. Torino 225, Genoa 350. Yeah, Torino over 1 goal. Maybe because they're thinking it's a 12:30 game. We get a 0-0. I'm going with Torino over 1, and hopefully Genoa scores and we get a BTTS game because I know a lot of you don't take the over 1 option, but BTTS, I don't know, guys. I'll take the over 1. It's a risky one. Now, Sassuolo Roma. Roma in a bit of a crisis going on now. They lost against Inter. We had Roma to score against Inter, guys, and they played really well. They should have scored that game. I watched it. They should have scored at least 2 goals. Inter fans, you know what I'm talking about. So we got a bit lucky in that game, especially in the second half. And I'm taking Roma here, guys. I feel like, look at that. Sassuolo hasn't conceded in 2 games in a row. The odds are a bit low on Roma, so we're going to go with the live option. Oh, actually, the odds rose on Roma. It was at 170, now it's at 185. Very interesting, because I think Roma is going to win this game, but I'm liking the live option. Past the 60th minute, if Roma hasn't scored, let's go with Roma for odds closer to 2. Verona against Cagliari. Now, 2 teams. We're kind of going now at the bottom of the league. Verona in the 17th place. Cagliari, they started off the season really well, but look at that. They have no wins in the last 3 games. And bookies are giving us 158 for a simple Cagliari goal. Verona tend to play a lot of low-scoring games. That's why the odds on Cagliari for a simple goal is high, but I think they're going to concede. I think we might get a BTTS game even. Look at that, 0-0-0-1. And Cagliari hadn't scored against Bologna last game. They did. It was cancelled. I think they're going to score in this game, and odds of 158 for a simple Cagliari goal is pretty good. Now, last game, Fiorentina against Bologna. I'm taking Fiorentina every single time. We got them against Milan. We got them against Roma, even though against Roma we had them over 1. Milan, we had BTTS. And again, look at that. Bologna haven't conceded in 2 games in a row. Fiorentina at home, we're waiting, guys. Look at that. Relegation zone. What is Pioli cooking up? Still 0 victories. Maybe that's the first game they win. The odds right now, 181 for a Fiorentina over 1 goal. Once again, I'm going to explain you. Over 1 means you get a refund as soon as they score 1 goal. If they score 2 goals, you win the bet. You'll only lose it if they don't score at all. So get a website that has it. I'll link it down below. All the live tips are going to be on the channel, on the website. Check it out in the comment section. The La Liga is going to be there, and all the other games that I like. So good luck this weekend, guys. Adios.